Not this BS again. Cool. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Author's Alley, y'all. This is Frederick Beatty, your host. Got a question for you. What happens when you mix equal parts of author, entrepreneur, business person, ghostwriter, and then all around awesome person? If you want to know the answer, well, you got to stick. You got to stick around. Literary. We talked to the hottest authors. We talked to the hottest writers. We talked to pretty much everybody that's in the literary field. And boy, have I got a good one for y'all tonight. But before we go into any of that, man, let me do some house cleaning real quickly. Um, Continue to follow us and like us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere that we're at. Like and follow us there. And then we got a YouTube channel. So do me a favor, go to the YouTube channel. Um, Take a look at a couple videos, and if something sparks your interest or something that you resonate with, hit that subscribe button and then turn on the bell notifications for us, man. And do me another solid. Follow us on our website www.trailblazerradio.net, where you get up the latest information to what we got going on and what we got and what we're doing. Big shout out to my host, Coco Fenton, Latalia Harris Gooden, also known as LHG, and my sis Quit Jones, man. Everybody's doing big things up in here, and we will continue to bring you content that matters, content that moves, content that motivates, content that inspires, and content that most definitely blesses your soul. But right now, look here, I'm I'm excited. I'm excited to have this young lady in the building with me, man. I've been it's been a minute since we had somebody here that's multi-talented and multifaceted. And I ain't gonna front with y'all. I ain't gonna front with y'all. I've been trying to get this lady up in this space for a while. And no, she wasn't. She ain't. But she no, she was. She hasn't been dodging me. That's not the case. That's not the thing. She's extremely busy with all the things that she does. So, without any further to do, y'all, let me just tell y'all what this lady is, what this lady do, y'all. This lady, she's an author with several books to her credit. She's a ghostwriter with more stuff to her credit. She's an entrepreneur. She's the owner of two publishing geared toward women or geared towards men. Not to mention she does a whole bunch of other things, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But let me tell y'all something, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to have this. Let me just introduce y'all to this lady right here, man. Wow, this lady right here, talented, awesome. Look, Miss Takara at Miss Vette Wilson, man. Author, entrepreneur extraordinaire, Miss Vette Wilson's in the building, man. Y'all give a warm Authors Alley welcome, please, and thank you. What's happening? Oh, what's happening? Okay, let's try this again. This I don't like. There we go. There she is. Oh boy. And we struggle streaming today. We gonna make this happen though. We gonna make this happen. What's going on, sister? How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Another day in the office. Another day in the office.
Absolutely.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are having some serious connection issues, and I apologize for that. Let me try. Let me try something real quick, y'all, because this is not what I wanted when I. This is not what I asked for when I did when I wanted to do this, man. So let me try something a little different here. I didn't want to do it this way, but I might have to do it this way, so that way I won't be struggle streaming. So y'all bear with me. Give me a second. I apologize, y'all. So we gonna get this right. Give me a second.
Hmm.
We gonna try. Okay. This should be better. I'm hoping this is better. All right. Is this better? Please tell me it is.
I can
Can
hear
people? Can
you.
y'all hear me now?
I can hear you.
Good. Good. I'm glad somebody can hear me up in this piece. Okay. Let's start this over. How are you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Queen?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. All right. So let's get this thing started the right way. Cause and again, I apologize, Queen, but I apologize, sis, because wow, that's that's crazy. That's crazy because I that normally doesn't happen
Hmm. I have such a
because yeah.
with me. Just.
that normally don't happen. You know what I mean? So I apologize for that.
It's fine.
Cool. Okay. So let's do this, man. Let's do this, she's man. Your writing journey.
Hmm.
Tell everybody a little bit about that.
Oh, my writing. Well, it started in 20. Well, actually, it started in 2014, but I didn't release my first book until 2015. Um, and you know what's crazy about that? I wrote my life story, but it didn't come out until 2016. I'm signed because my mentor back then, my publisher, God rest her beautiful soul, Ebony Oliver, she was like, "Oh, you're not ready, vet. We're gonna, let you write more or introduce or slowly introduce yourself or your writing to your audience, and then we're going to drop your life story." So my writing is basically real life situations. I don't bash anybody in my writing. I don't expose anybody in my writing, but I do write reality, if that makes sense. um I everything in my life, every situation or everything I see or something like that is an inspiration to my stories. So whenever you read a Vette Wilson novel, you're getting a piece of me. Either I lived through that and went through that, or I experienced that, or I saw it, or something like that, or I was a witness to it. So there's
Wow. Dang. So so basically your writing is based off your own life experiences.
every last, every 40, every last one of my 40 novels has a piece of me in it. Trust me.
Wow. Wow. So where did this love of writing come from? Was it who better yet, who influenced you, or who were your influences?
I'm a huge fan of Maya Angelou, as is everybody, but no, when I say I love me some Maya Angelou, I love me some Maya. Specifically because I can relate to her story. A lot of people don't know this. She didn't speak for years when she was a kid. A family friend sexually assaulted her, and she told, and her uncles or whomever, they murdered the man, and she thought that because she spoke on it, a man lost his life. So for a while as a child she was mute, but then when she started to speak again, amazing, 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 amazing words of wisdom came out of her mouth. So I can relate to that because I went through that. So I've been writing since I was, oh my God, I think my first short story I wrote when I was 8.
Dang,
And mhm,
8 years old?
I was 8 years old. I'm serious. I still have that. Um, Basically, it was my escape. I was trying to escape the pains and everything else of being a girl in a family that I don't want to speak on it, but let's just put it like this. In the South, I'm from Mississippi, born and raised. In the South, it's what goes on in this house stays in this house. And
Yep.
I grew up in a two-parent household, class. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people think, oh, you grew up with your mom and your dad, and they were married, and your father don't have any outside kids. You should be all put together. That's a lie. Trust
No,
me. that's
no.
that's just it's just a stereotypical thing. But yeah, my love of writing was my escape when I was a little girl. When I was a little girl, I had such a big imagination, and a lot of my stories I brought with me from that young age. I was writing stories not of an 8-year old, but I was writing short stories of a teenager, 15, 16, 18 years old. So I've been writing for a long time, but I only had my work discovered, like I said, in the late, well, mid late 2000s. if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's just so born and raised in Mississippi. Where
Hmm.
where did the move to Philadelphia come in?
I don't live in Philadelphia, PA. I want to say 3 hours. I live 3 hours from Philly. I actually live in a city called York, PA.
What what
I
what
don't,
made what made what made that move happen?
well, back to what I was saying about the childhood trauma. My uncle found
Right.
what's going on with me. He is originally from Mississippi too, but he left. He's my grandmother's brother. He left in the 60s and he was in Pennsylvania for a long time. So when the early 90s came around, he came to visit again. I didn't know who he was because I was like a baby when, or I wasn't even a baby. No, I wasn't even born yet. The last time he came to visit, I was a baby, but when he left, I wasn't even conceived yet. But anyway, he came down, he visited, and I was a little girl. I don't know. I guess he felt something was wrong, or his then wife felt something was wrong, and he asked my mom if he can take me back, bring me back to the city with him, and she said, "Yeah." Um, Me as a mom nowadays, I would never. You not gonna. I don't care if you the president. You're not gonna take my child nowhere. But anyway, she said, "Yeah." And me being a baby, a kid, I was 5, and I was scared. I didn't want to leave my mom, and I was holding on to her, and I was like crying. I remember this so vividly. I was crying. I was scared because in my head, I was smart. I was a real smart kid. In my head, I'm thinking, wait a minute. I don't know this place. I don't know this man. Y'all say this my uncle, okay, but I don't know this man. What if he get me way away from my mom and do worse? But that didn't happen that way. When I came here with my uncle in the early 90s, he had a daughter, and me and her are first cousins. So, you know, we were close in age.
Right.
And I was so scared. When I say I was scared, I wouldn't eat. I didn't eat for a while when I was here because I was used to being up under my mom, even though the situation what I was living in, nice, beautiful home, but I was going through all that trauma. I'm thinking, that's a man. I don't care. That's my uncle. That's a man. He gonna do the same, but he did not. He did not. I was treated very good. I was put in school. I was raised. I was happy. And when him and my aunt would go to work, and me and my cousin would have like days off from school, they needed a babysitter. They would get some of their friends to watch us. And I kid you not, none of them tried anything. They were the sweetest people. They babysitted us. They fed us. They took care of us. And as I'm growing up here in my head, I'm saying, these are strangers. And
Right.
they treated me way better. And then I turned 13, and my mom wanted me to come home. And I had a whole fit. I was so scared because I was older now and, going back around the same people. And when I came back home to Mississippi, it started back up. It got worse.
Wow.
And then, I went down the wrong path or whatever. Yeah, I was a teen mom. I dropped out of school in the 11th grade to take care of my firstborn. I was 14 when I got pregnant with him. I had him when I was 15. He was born with a rare heart defect, and you know, they got good doctors in Mississippi, but Jackson, Mississippi, couldn't take care of him because of his heart.
Right.
And I had to fly with my baby, a baby flying with a baby, all the way from Jackson, Mississippi to Chicago, Illinois, just so he can have heart surgery. And he had two of them before he was one. And um, I was 16. He passed away. He passed away a week after my birthday. He took his last breath in my arms. He was 5 months. Cause
Damn.
oh yeah, I went through it, and I was by myself. And when I went to Chicago with him, I'm young. I'm a minor. 2003. I couldn't stay in no Ronald McDonald house that they got now for parents that's out of town and their babies get flown out to a specialty hospital. I couldn't do that because I was a minor, for one. Two, I didn't have an adult with me. So I had to sleep in the lounge of the NICU of that Chicago hospital. And the social workers, they were so amazed because I was the youngest mother there, 16, 15 years old. And I didn't abandon my baby. I was right there with him.
Right.
Even healed from having him because that was my first child. So of course I had stitches or whatever. I could barely walk. So I was there with my child, a baby there looking after a baby. And the
That
social workers, they were so amazed. And one day the social worker came and she was like, "Do you need anything else?" Um, they was like, "We've never seen this before. Usually young moms your age, they give their babies up. They leave their babies in the trash. You're right here. I've never seen this before." And I said, "Can I have a pen and some paper?" And she got it for me, and I wrote and I wrote and I wrote every day. I wrote and I wrote. Some of the nurses and everything would read what I was writing, and they would just look at me like, "You're here for a reason. You're going through this for a reason." You know what?
right, right.
I'm 16. I'm like, "What are you talking about? Whatever. I'm hurting. I'm alone." But now I know why. So when I write, I have a reason to.
Uh, a good damn reason to actually. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Absolutely.
wow. So I mean, to be impressed by Maya Angelou, right? To
Mhm.
be influenced by Maya Angelou, because shit, let's just keep it real. She does write some powerful. She's written some powerful things.
Absolutely.
Some very, very powerful things. A lot of things that she's written has made a change for in our culture, for the better. So to have that type of influence with someone like her, yeah, that
Mhm.
to me that speaks a whole lot of volumes.
Yeah.
A whole lot of volumes. Like so many. Like, okay. Because most people will say this person, that person, but when you said Maya Angelou, I'm like, oh damn, heavyweight right now. I mean, we not boxing with the lightweights and the strawweights. We up here with Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. Okay, cool. I like that. But now that you had that experience
Mhm.
with with your with your son, and then as you've moved forward with through that experience, and then as you've had other children since then, right?
Absolutely.
Um, I gotta ask you, what keeps you motivated as a writer? You know, but that
Uh,
because you juggle the first of all you juggle the responsibilities of a parent, and then you juggle the responsibilities of a woman,
mhm.
and then on top of that, there are other things that you juggle too. And I'm not gonna get into the specifics about that because that's a private matter. But you juggle other things too. What motivates you to get up when you get up in the morning to sit down and write a book, or to write a song, or to write anything?
I want to be heard. And when I say that, I'm going to say this. A lot of people, as they should. I mean, if this is your career and you need the money, by all means, get your hustle on, get your bag. I don't do it for the money. I don't. I was signed to a publishing company for years and I would never accept the royalties and they were good. I would say I don't want it. I just want my voice heard and I want to reach people. Um, there's so much going on, which makes me different from other authors, because I want to help. Obviously, you can't save the world, you're one person, but I want to help. If I can reach them through my words, or my voice, I'm going to do it. Um, I just want people to know that they're not alone. There's somebody right here that can empathize. Anything that somebody's going through right now, I guarantee you, I can empathize through it. And besides my babies, that's my motivation. And, my will to live and fight. And, I'm battling stomach cancer stage 2. So, and I'm 36 years old. And I was one of the ones, oh, I'm too young for that. Yikes. Let me tell you something. Let me tell all y'all something. God will humble you. Okay. He will show you who's God. Let me put that out there. He will humble you so good. So just be mindful of how you're moving and what you're saying and what you're thinking. Please, because he will.
quickly.
So
See,
there's
that's
that.
what it is, but that's the one thing I didn't want to say it. I don't want to put that out there, say that
Hey.
because I wanted you to say I wanted you to put that out there because I mean that's a personal thing, and I think we all are battling, so
It
we're
is.
all a battling.
But at the same time, you never know. One of your listeners or one of my listeners could be battling that. And you never know. You never know.
True that,
And I
true
just
that.
want them to know, hey, you're not alone. I'm here.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
not.
we all battle something. We all
Mm,
battle something. We're
we just,
all battling something, and the way that how I look at it, it's not about how long you fight.
hmm
It's about how you fight.
Absolutely.
Because you fight long and hard, and still not get the headway. But to fight a battle and to win it, you have to think strategically. You gotta
Absolutely.
think, you gotta think like a warrior sometimes and be like, okay, this is gonna be this is my day. This is my objective. Let me get this objective out the way and move on to the next objective. Once
I,
that objective's done, okay, next thing. I mean, for you to juggle all these things, right? You know what I'm saying? And then still find time to write stuff.
mhm.
That's a testament to your strength, your determination, your will to put out just good content. And I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I've read a couple of her masterpieces, and let's just say I was more than pleasantly surprised.
Thank you.
More than pleasantly more than pleasantly surprised at that because as an author, I'm a reader first and foremost. So
Mm.
to read work like that, I'm like, okay. I found my next favorite author now.
Oh my God. Thank you.
I mean, and you written a myriad of things, right? And I'm like, she didn't put all this stuff out and she still writes, man. I mean, so I mean, one of the things I did want to ask you because you not only do you write your own books, but you write for other people, but you also write songs for people too. But then you also do screenwriting.
Absolutely.
Now was screenwriting something that you've done naturally, or did you have to get bit by that bug first?
Naturally. I've never taken a class. Salute to those that do. Some people, they, they want to be good before they go into that career phase. I've never taken a class. I've never, even with my books, I've never done an outline, written it on paper first, and then put it on my laptop. I open my laptop and
Just go.
just go. I let the characters tell the story.
And see, there we
I
go. Come on. Your characters talk to you too, huh?
Oh my God. I think they talk to all authors. If there's any authors out there listening, we usually become the characters or they just talk to us and we get tired. And when we get tired, that's when we get writer's block because they stop talking. I feel like when an author gets writer's block, that's when the characters they be on hush mode.
Oh
That's
yeah.
my opinion. I don't know about nobody else, but
Oh, but that's me. That's me too. That's me too. Be on hush mode. Be on hush mode. Like, why y'all not talking to me right now? And I personally feel I feel lonely if they don't say nothing to me. I mean, that's
right.
crazy. That sounds crazy as hell. But listen to me. If you're an author, you're a writer. If your characters ain't talking to you at least on a daily basis, something's wrong.
Exactly.
Wow. But screenwriter. I mean, now quiet is kept, and I'm gonna say this because I've seen a lot of your posts. You you've written stuff for some screenwriters, some stuff for some heavy hitters in the mid of the game. Um, one of those being Netflix.
Oh yeah.
How do how does one? This is, and I'm trying to. I want to see. Maybe you can probably kind of decode the matrix or something like that. How does one get in contact with? I won't say contact, but how does one attract heavy hitters like that?
What?
Netflix. I mean, but
Okay.
Netflix, you got folks like Netflix and Hulu, all these streaming companies that have that break. Now, don't get me wrong, Netflix and Hulu they put out some banging ass content. So does Prime Video. But how does one like how does one get in contact with these guys? How does one produce content for them?
Well, with Netflix, they do not accept unsolicited manuscripts, if that makes sense. You
I get you.
have to be represented by an agent or some kind of firm, and then they have to already have a relationships with Netflix. Now, with me as a writer, a background writer, somebody I can't say the name. I can't. I'm
You
under
good?
contracts right now. It's so much that I could say.
No, you
Um,
good?
somebody mentioned me and my work to an executive over there. Okay. So they Netflix has this thing with writers. Um it's not a think tank per se. It's more of a, I don't know, a boot camp or what have you. Instead of a, you know how you go to an orientation for a job or an interview? It's something like that, but it's more in depth because they not about to play with you. If you
Yeah.
not what they're looking for their clients, because a lot of authors, you know, they write scripts, they submit them,
Right.
and it's not what Netflix is looking for. They hire writers, background writers, you want to call it, ghost writers, whatever you want to call us. They hire us to go in there and we go over the manuscript or the screenplay. And it's not like the authors are not unaware, but we go in there and we make it pop before it hits the screen, if that makes sense.
It does.
We add the ahs and the oohs and the oh my god or no she didn't or I will literally kill him moments. That's what we do. So one of my big clients mentioned that, and it was up from there. I had to submit. It was hard. I had to submit three separate um screenplays, and it had to be my own. And I did that. I didn't hear from them for 4, maybe 5 months. I was getting nervous at that point. And then one day I checked my email and there was a contract and all that. NDA, all of that. I had to sign all of that. So when people say, "Oh, you're a ghostwriter, you wrote for this person," but why? Because they can sue me. If I mention,
Exactly.
they could sue me. Obviously, y'all don't know what a ghostwriter is and what we have to sign. I cannot say a thing. I mean, I can, if they let me or if they ask me, I could promote their work, but only if they give me permission to. And even then, I have to promote their book as theirs. because that's what
Right.
we do. I mean, yeah, we write it, but at the same time, hey, we sign that contract, we're paid to go on hush mode.
Of course. Got to. Because if not,
And I ain't got time
lawsuit.
with nobody. I don't got time for that. Listen, I got stuff to do. So
No, I don't think anybody wants to be sitting in court for a lawsuit. No way, Jose.
exactly not.
I mean, you like I said, you written for like Netflix. I mean, and Netflix is like a heavy hitter in the streaming services. Like as far as streaming services, like I said, Hulu and Amazon and Prime Video put out great stuff too. Don't get it twisted.
Mhm.
But to write for Netflix though, wow. Now this is kind of like the $64 million question, I'm gonna ask you this because it's one of those things I've thought about.
Okay.
Would you ever consider writing for Tyler Perry?
no,
Did somebody ask you that before, or nobody asked you that?
no, no, no. They didn't ask me. It was an elderly lady. Um, she's never read the kind of stuff that I write. Mind you, I write Christian fiction too. But one day, it was her daughter. She's one of my big supporters. She was reading it, and she inboxed me, and she was like, "Have you ever considered reaching out to Mr. Tyler Perry?" I said, "Ma'am, I love you so much for that, but I would never." Because I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why I would never reach out to him. I'm a huge fan, by the way. But when he built that studio, when he built that studio in Atlanta, for everybody was on this man. Hey, Tyler Perry, give me a chance. I'm a great writer, this, and I'm a great writer, that. No, 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 no. And I'm not being cocky, but if I have an opportunity to work with someone like Mr. Tyler Perry, I want it to be because he discovered my work himself. Not because I'm all in the man inbox and sending him this and sending him that and all of that. No, 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 no. I just want him to
Right.
authentically see my work, give me great feedback, even the bad feedback, because I accept that. Unlike other authors, they can't stand bad criticism. I love it because it helps me grow. It does. It helps me grow. And then when I come back with something new, those same people that gave me like 1 or 2 stars, they end up giving me 5 stars, or they end up becoming lifetime supporters. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want him to authentically discover my work and tell me where I can improve instead of just hounding the man and stuff like that. So that's how I feel about that.
Cool. But I like that though. Now I am gonna ask a controversial question, and I got that. I'm gonna ask this because I think I think it's relevant because you are a screenwriter
Hmm.
and you have written for a bit for you have written for heavy hitters and stuff like that.
Okay.
Looking at the current wave of, and we're gonna use we're I'm basically using Tyler Perry stuff for an example. This is not a dig on him or anything of that nature.
Okay.
Looking at the recent wave of the things that he's written, produced, and put out here,
Hmm.
from Sisters to the Oval Office to House of Pain, all everything that he's put out. If you when you look at the entirety of it, do you think, as far as the writing part of it, do you think there's anything that could be improved upon as far as like the way he portrays um the way he portrays women characters, the way he portrays men characters, and so on.
I do. I wouldn't say improve per se. I would say this. A lot of his men audience don't like to watch his work because a lot of them are those characters. You have
Right.
guy, the Charles man in Diary of a Mad Black Woman. You have men like that for real.
Oh
You
yeah,
have
for sure.
you have men that's cheating on their woman and downsizing her because he think he's superior. You have men that's because your woman is packing on a few pounds, but how you know that she's sitting up there eating and she doesn't care to take care of herself? How do you know that's not unhappy weight? Um, she could be unhappy with you. She could be stressed out. I'm gonna give you an example, and I don't know if this person is watching or not. If he is, I really don't care because I'm gonna speak my truth. We friends, but anyway, when I was in a relationship with somebody, and they would get so angry at me when they felt like they were being attacked, and I wasn't attacked. I, Lord forbid, I wasn't attacking them. I was trying to just guide them and basically heal them. But they already have stuff going on in their life, so I can't fault them for that. But on the other hand, I didn't do it to you. But anyway, they would attack me mentally. They would call me stuff like stupid. I have a 4.5 GPA in criminal justice. Um, they would say that, okay, so I had weight loss surgery back in 2020 because I was an unhealthy weight of 300 pounds. It don't look like it, but I was. I had to have the surgery because I couldn't lose weight naturally because of a health condition.
Right.
But they call me a once fat bitch. I'm sorry for to say that on your channel, but I don't sugarcoat. So I can,
Girl, you good, Shaw. You good, Shaw. Don't worry about this.
that
We keep it
called
all the way in
me,
note over here.
this man called me a once fat bitch, and I hope he's watching. Cause I can't. I tried to tell him how that made me feel, but he don't get it. He wouldn't get it. He would call me a once fat bitch. He once told me that he had to think about another woman and just to. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting here taking this. I'm taking this and I'm taking it. I'm taking it and I'm taking it. But when I started to defend myself, I became the villain. I was dirty, I was wrong, I was all of that. But not once did he ever pay attention to everything that he said to me and how it affected me because of my past trauma as a child, as a young girl, going through a lot of that. You see, so when I see Tyler Perry movies and I see men, I don't like Tyler Perry. No, you don't like that man because a lot of it is true. A lot of men see themselves in some of them men characters or male characters that Tyler Perry, and just like the women, he write a lot of women characters that ain't no good either. Okay, um,
Yeah.
he do. Trust me, and I've pointed those out too. But what I'm saying that to say this, I don't think his work needs improvement. I just think that he needs to show more of the men being in hurtful relationships. I know plenty of men that have been abused by women physically, but they don't talk about it because they have that pride, that male ego. I'm a man. I'm not gonna tell nobody else that my woman beating me. I ain't no punk. Listen, sir, if that woman is putting her hands on you and you ain't doing nothing to her, you need to talk to somebody. You need to go get healed, pray for, and everything else before you jump into another relationship because all of that trauma you got will bleed onto the next woman. And that's not fair to her because she didn't do it to you. And it's vice versa with
Word.
bleeding on men. You see what I'm saying?
I got you. Word up,
That's
man. I do. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I won't say that I don't like his material. I mean, I do. I just know that it kind of like it falls up under to me. It falls up under specific tropes, and it kind of follows that particular line. And I'm
stereotypical.
like, yeah, it falls up under that narrative line. I'm like, I'm not saying it's not good because it is. Because usually, if you're saying it's usually when people say they don't like that, it's some aspect about them that is touching.
Yeah. It's,
It's touching the nerve with you
mhm.
because you can relate to it because you the fucked up person.
Yeah, it's like looking in a mirror and you can't stand what you're looking at, so you just want to punch the mirror. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I get it.
So I mean, like, so you know what? So I gotta so because like I said, I mean, I'm still amazed at the simple fact that you're writing for Netflix. Jeez, who's next? Hulu, Prime Video? Who's next?
What?
Fubu TV or something like that? Who else?
I can't say. Um, like I said, one of those that you named, yes, but I can't say who.
No, you
Uh,
good.
I will say this though, I have so many of my own scripts, my novels that I've
Right.
written as scripts, and I'm gonna submit them. But right now, I'm not ready. I know when I'm ready. I know
Wow.
the world will be ready. I know when to release something. You see what I'm saying? I'm not that spontaneous with my work like other authors. I go off for energy, if that makes sense.
It does.
So I'm not just going to say, "Oh, here, I'm gonna submit this." If I feel like it's not ready, because some of my work, like when I write it and I go, I'll be like, that. Because if I was a reader on the other side, I'd give me a 1 star. Girl, if you don't go back and fix, I'd be just like, I swear, I'd be just like that. But um, I can't say, but just know I'm working on a lot of new stuff. A lot of
Uh
new stuff.
oh. Uh oh.
Hmm.
Some, some more stuff. Some more stuff. Some more stuff to some more stuff to read. Some stuff to get 5-star ratings to.
Some stuff to read. I have 3 authors, male authors, that's going to sign under 7 Crowns. You know, 7 Crowns is my male
Yep.
atmospheric, and then Bossette is for the ladies.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Wow. So
Hmm.
so let me ask you about. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about the pivot from from an author, screenwriter to now an entrepreneur. Um,
Okay.
how easy or how difficult was that pivot for you?
Okay. So, going way back, like I said, I was signed to a publishing company, Ebony Oliver's KS Oliver. That was her pen name. I was signed to her for 8 years. Diamante Publications. I was the first lady of that company. And when I say first lady, it wasn't just a title. If anybody submitted to Diamante Publications, you better believe your manuscript came across my desk. If I felt like you wasn't diamond or Diamante material, get what? You didn't get a contract from Ebony Oliver. Cause I ain't trying to be mean. I'm just saying she respected my opinion that much. I would go to her and say, no. And she
Wow.
would literally say, but Vet, I don't care. But can they keep the audience attention though? You should be able to grab your audience attention with the title alone and the prologue or the synopsis. They shouldn't have to read the first 3 chapters to, get into your work. If you can't capture them with the title, the synopsis, or the prologue, you need to go right back to where you came from and rewrite or add more. So, and then
Okay.
over the years, my craft grew, and she was my mentor. I'll never forget what she said to me. She said that no, she said mini me. She used to call me her mini me. Lord, she did. She used to call me her mini me. She said, mini me. By the time I get through with you, you are going to have the blueprint to this urban industry. You are the blueprint. You just don't know it yet. I said, what? No, I'm not. I used to just say that to her because I came in this industry in my 20s. I think I was what, 28, 27, 28. I'm 36 now. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah, she taught me a lot. We had our ups and downs. I don't know if it because we were both Sagittarius. I mean, her birthday was on December 4th, mine is December 5th. And people
Yeah,
would
that's it.
people would
That's it.
yeah, people would actually, if Ebony had beef with somebody, they would beef with me too because I'm her first. So automatically they gonna think, hey, yeah, I did have her back. But at the same time, we had different lives outside of the industry. Um,
Right.
but like I said, Ebony taught me everything I know. So when somebody say that you know what you're doing, I look at them crazy like, what? Are you serious? You're gonna ask me? That's the tone of voice I have. But yeah, And then when I start working with them and I start showing them how to brand, how to market, link them with the best editors and promoters and everything, they come back and be like, I should have talked to you sooner. And I just look at them like, listen, I'm here. You're on your own. I'm about to let your hand go. You got this. And a lot of them don't want to let go. They want to stay um under my wings, but I want them to fly on their own.
Right.
Please
They
fly,
got to.
please. That's I'm leading you, but I can only take you so far. You see what I'm saying? So there's that.
Right. Man. Whew. So that pivot really was easy for you. You
It
was
was.
already in a position to do it. You was already in a position. You just
Hmm.
had now you just had to have the like the things in order. So you was already in a position to pivot.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's I guess it's easy to pivot. It's easy to pivot when you already have the mentorship and the people behind you to do it.
Hmm.
It's a lot more difficult when you don't have mentorship and people behind you to pivot because it makes that pivot a lot more difficult. And now you have to wade through those muddy ass waters to get to either get to the shore or get to the clear water. But you were already in the right place you was already in the right place at the right time. It was just a matter of when to kind of break away and do your own thing.
Hmm. And I was scared. I did not want to break away. I didn't. I did not. I was like, I don't know what to do. She was like, girl, everything I taught you and showed you, you don't know what to do. I said, no, what? But you know what? I built that empire, those empires by myself based off of what she told me.
Right.
It wasn't given to me. Yeah, she gave me advice. That's all she did. She stopped at the advice. I had to bring in my own clientele. I had to bring in my own audience. And I did that. It was hard, but I did that because I was no
Right.
longer under Ebony's wings. I was branching off. I branched off on my own. So I had to revamp everything, and I had to build that. And that's what a lot of people don't get. Like, people in the industry quick to say, "Oh, you just up there because of who you know." No, I'm where I'm at because I took some good ass advice and I multiplied it and I flipped it into my own. That's what I did.
See, that's the thing. I don't like that fact that when people say that you're where you are because of who you know.
Mhm.
Nah, bro. I'm here because of what I do.
Absolutely.
I'm here because my books and my content speak for itself.
Mhm.
I'm here because my integrity as a writer of multiple genres of books and screenwriter. I'm here because all that speaks for itself. I ain't here because somebody gave me a silver spoon and said here, or somebody gave me the keys to the kingdom and said here, take the key. This is my kingdom. Do with it as you will. I'm here because I've worked hard for it. I'm here because my blood, sweat, and tears got me to where I am. If anybody says any different than that, man, fuck that and fuck them. I mean, I hate when people say that, especially especially in especially in the urban lit industry, kiddo. I'm I know I don't write street lit or urban lit. I know I don't do that, but I have several. But I know I have several friends and associates who do that, who write in those genres, and they are people that I respect highly. You know, I respect these guys. I respect these people highly. These gentlemen, these gents and women, gents and ladies highly. And the question I want to ask to you is, with urban lit being so saturated, I think you know what I mean when I say saturated. With is there a way for that to be to is there a way for urban lit to kind of not just stand out on its own, but to be better than just the the street stories and the hood stories? Is it just defined? Is it defined just by those? Can it evolve beyond those, or or what?
It can evolve, but as long as you have too many authors writing about basically the same thing, no shade, but I'm gonna tell you like I see it. You pay attention as an urban author. You pay attention to what's selling, and I'm talking about the title.
Right.
You have so many titles that say billionaire and millionaire and thug and side chick this, but guess what? That's what's selling. And it's making a lot of these authors and publishers a lot of money. So you want to make that money too, right? You need the money. So you're going to jump on board. I'm not knocking nobody hustle because I've done it before. I mean, there were times where my books weren't doing good and I pay attention to what's selling, what the readers want.
Right.
And my titles went from romantic drama, something like that, to ratchet and, something like that, to get my monies up.
Of
I
course.
do think that urban fiction can evolve, but it cannot do that if it's competition. And I say competition because you have some that genuinely support their fellow authors, brothers and sisters. You have some only there for the paycheck. Listen, they don't care. They don't care if they get one, two, three reviews, as long as they get a paycheck. Then you have some. You have the masses. All they care about is image. I'm gonna tell you what I mean about that. You will have some authors or whoever, they so focused on looking good to their readers that they literally reel them in. And I'm not again, because I've done contests and everything. But if I gotta give you a gift card or a Gucci bag, Louis Vuitton bag for you to give me the review that I deserve, I don't want it. Because then, let's say I purposely write a trash book and I know it's trash. But then I sit up there and I promote a contest that says, oh, if you enter into this contest, read review and show me proof of the review, I'm going to give you a Gucci bag. Authentic. I'm going to give you a Dior. You know what's going to happen? You're going to get a lot of fake 5-star reviews knowing your novel was
Oh
trash. You
Lord.
trash because you purposely wrote it that way. But you're going to get that 5-star review from a lot of readers because they want that bag. No, 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 no. I want the truth. I want honesty. I don't want the fake. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the fake love. I don't want to have to buy you for you to support me. Support me genuinely and earn. You know what I'm saying? Earn that gift. Earn it.
If I gotta buy your respect or your loyalty, damn it, I don't want it.
That's what I'm saying. But
If I gotta buy your review, no.
a lot of authors, what I'm saying right now, a lot of authors will look at this and take it the wrong way. Only because they want to. Only the guilty ones that know that they're, you know, probably sweetening and softening up their readers with gifts and all of that. I love my supporters. I love them to death. I do contests too, but I make sure to mention in that caption when I promote it, I say honest review. Honest. Don't
Exactly.
no 5-star review just because you want that bag or that gift card. Girl, if my book is trash, you better tell me.
Exactly.
Because you might still get that prize for being honest with me. You see what I'm
There
saying?
you go. There you go. I feel you on that, man. I feel you. I mean, I look at the state of urban lit, and I know that there's enough seats at that table for everybody to fit, that everybody sit down, and there's enough
Everybody.
food on that table for everybody to sit down and eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's all about the invitation.
And competition. Like, why I gotta be your competition? We already, especially the female authors, the black female authors, in so much competition with each other. I'm gonna tell you why, sis. I am not your competition. Instead of us being in competition, we can learn from each other. I can learn from you, you can learn from me, and we will be one hell of a force if we click together instead of being in competition. But we too busy, well, not we, but some of them in competition with each other because they don't want the next one to bypass them, if that makes sense. You know,
I get it. I do.
like
Man,
men,
hell yeah, I get it.
every man wants to be the alpha male. Every female wants to be the alpha female too. Don't get it twisted.
I
Trust
know.
me.
Whoo,
You
boy.
can't be alpha if you're not willing to learn before you teach or lead. You see what I'm saying?
There
Because
you
a
go.
good leader and a good teacher learns first.
In order to lead, you have to be led first.
Exactly. But I
I
can't.
feel you on that one.
Don't nobody listen to me.
Look,
I'm just.
I
Like,
look,
but no, I'm just being real though. That's the truth.
but I mean, if anybody, if any authors that's listening, if you take away anything from what we talking about, take away this. If you want to be in the front, you gotta be behind first. You can't all of a sudden jump to the front of the line and talk about I'm a leader. No, 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 sir. You need to be behind, or you need
Right.
to be up under somebody first. You
Mhm.
can't say I'm a leader. You can't beat your chest and say I'm a leader, and you ain't been led by nobody,
Mhm. The blind leading the blind.
bro. What's your track record look like? Have you
Exactly.
been have you been led by somebody? Matter of fact, has anybody given you a chance to lead, even if it's a small, minute role? If you ain't did all that, I'm not getting behind you.
I know that's right. Like, you leading me somewhere, and I'm gonna be lost, just like we both gonna be lost.
If you
Mm-mm.
if you not if you haven't been led, or you haven't been led by somebody, or you ain't been a leader in some capacity, no, can't do it, won't do it.
Amen. Amen.
Re, capital R, refuse, capital R, fuse. No, can't do it, won't do it. Because now I'm submitting myself to your leadership, and you ain't been properly led by somebody. You ain't even led anybody. How the hell
Right.
am I going to battle with you? You green as hell.
Very. And like I tell people, when you sure you know, y'all have no idea what I've been through in this industry, okay? When I say I can get you there or close to there, I can do that. I have the leverage. I have the bad stories. When somebody comes to me and they want me to help them brand themselves and everything, I give them the entire rundown of what I've been through in this industry. I'm gonna tell you why, because a lot of people sit up there and they sugarcoat. I can get you this far. It's gonna be peaches and cream. Stop lying. You're gonna have haters. You're gonna have people who love your book, people who don't love your book. You're gonna have people trying to slander your name because you're new and they feel threatened. I've been through all of that. It, I give it to them, and then by the time I'm done, I say this: are you sure? And if they say yeah, hey, thank you. If they say no, I say blessings to you and good luck.
Basically, that's how I go. That's how I gotta be. So look, I've enjoyed this conversation with you because I know you. Because look, you actually been dropping some gems on here, man. You've been dropping some gems on here. So I'm gonna give you this moment to give you yourself to give yourself a shameless plug to let everybody know who you are, where they can find you at, what you got going on, the stuff that you can tell us about,
Okay.
and everything else in between. So you have the floor. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make this quick because I do got a business meeting soon. Um, on Zoom. I'm working on, like I said, a screenplay three for my novels. I don't want to disclose. I can because they're my novels, but I just, I want it to be solidified first. I'm also, like I said, I have
Right.
three authors that's coming to Seven Crowns, and I'm so excited. um, I'm excited because no, because male authors they don't even get no shine from a lot of. I'm going to give them their shine, trust me. But
Right.
I'll talk about that a little later if I'm welcome to come back to the show.
Oh, you
Uh,
be Sukasa be Casa Sukasa.
Thank you, because I might bring them with me this time so they can
Oh,
introduce.
break 'em.
But aside from that, there's a new movie on Netflix that I helped to write. I can't say the name. I know you said say what I can do, but I'm just a lot of people who know my work, they know. They'll find out because they know my writing. But anyway, also I went out today and I looked at this office space. Um,
Uh-oh.
oh yeah, I'm trying to move my in-home office into this little small. It ain't nothing big, but it's gonna be mine. Let's put it like that. And I'm gonna work out of that building. Seven Crowns, Boss Set Behavior Presents, which is the other publishing company, and Boss Set Behavior LLC, which is the ghostwriting company, and all of that. All three of those are gonna be operated out of that building. And once I finish the work order for it because it needs some work, and I get it
Ooh.
to my liking, then I'm going to be hiring other writers to be ghost writers, to be, consultants. I have that going on. And then, oh God, it's a lot. I was invited to do a live stream TV video interview with um, a host. He's an
Wow.
award-winning host. I posted that on my Facebook, Takara Yvette, or however y'all choose to say it, Yvette Vette Wilson. You'll see it because it'll pop up. uh,
Exactly.
I got invited to do that interview. I'm still working on that and stuff like that. And we're trying to work out the schedule and all of that good stuff and see if do he want me to travel to his studio, or do I do it like live from home and have this big setup in my house or whatever. I don't like a lot of people in my house though. But anyway, I have that. Oh, I have my clothing brand.
Oh, watch out. Watch
Evolution
out there.
Evolution's Entourage is for the men. Um, and then I have the Royalty collection for the women. So it's just a
Got
lot.
you.
It's just a lot.
You got your hands in everything, lady.
Oh, wait. I'm rebooting my full cosmetics line, Goddess of Eden, skincare and cosmetics. When I launched that back in 2019, it sold out the first day. I kid you not. I sold out. And I had what up to 2,000 different products and all of it sold out in one day. I'm relaunching that, and I'm gonna do my boutique, my clothing boutique. It's gonna be Boss Dreams fashions and accessories. This is gonna be for women who's looking for a job. They want to go on a job interview and don't have that look. That's gonna be nonprofit. It was gonna be like a boutique, but I'm gonna turn it into nonprofit because a lot of women, a lot of people can afford that. So we're
Right.
gonna give them the look for free. You see what I'm saying? If they choose to purchase extra, then they can. Um, and then my wine, Dijon wine, vegan wine. My liquor license, my Pennsylvania license for that was not approved because I didn't have all of the necessary documentation. I didn't know that I needed, so I refiled that. So I'm waiting on that as well. Other than that, that's it for now.
Hey, she, she, let me tell y'all, she got a lot of hands and a lot of things, but she keeps it tight due to being able to balance all this stuff.
Absolutely.
Gotta have balance. Balance. You have to have balance, and then when you don't have balance, everything goes to hell in the handbasket. And I have to commit. I commend you. I commend you, Matt, for having
Thank
that balance to be able to do all these things at one to hold on, juggle all these things at one time and still be an awesome mom and then still be able to, you know, have the energy to do other things. So I most definitely commend you and most definitely congratulate you on your success and also just, you know, wish you the best on all your
you.
continued success in all your endeavors, man. Um, I know you got to get out. I know you got to get out here because you got a Zoom meeting. So I I ain't gonna hold you. But I appreciate you coming here, taking the time out of a Friday evening to hang out with me and kick it with me, man. And like I said, once you get those brothers on, hey, like I said, it's be casa su casa. So bring
Thank
them
you.
over, and we will do it. We will do it. Look here, lady. Look here. I've enjoyed this so much, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I am. For those who do not know this lady, let me introduce y'all to her. And for those who do know her, let me reintroduce y'all to her, man. Ghostwriter, screenwriter, author, entrepreneur, business owner, and all around literary badass, Miss Vette Wilson, y'all. Look, check her out on her Facebook page, check her out on her Instagram page, check out Boss at Behaviors Inc. And also check out Seven Crowns Publications. They got some great things coming up. And also, keep a lookout for some stuff that's been written by her, man, because you might know the next Netflix film or the next Hulu film or the next streaming service film. If you look at the credits, you might see her name on there. So when you do, just give her a quick shout out and congratulations, y'all. It's well deserved. It's well deserved. So that I appreciate you coming on tonight. Like I said, I know you got a Zoom meeting to get to, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and get up out of here. You have a great Friday and enjoy the rest of your weekend, my dear.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Matt Wilson in the building. Matt Wilson in the building. Look, it's a great thing to know to have people who are multi-talented and multifaceted because those people who are multi-talented and multifaceted they bring a lot of things to the table. They bring their passion, they bring their energy, they bring their drive, they bring their will to do the best and do what they need to do to make sure what they do is the best that they can produce. It's a lot of people out here in this world that are like that. When you see those people out there on the streets or out here doing their thing, congratulate them. Give them a big ups. Give them a thumbs up. Salute them. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you cover. You never know who you be. You never know. You never know. You just never know. Ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna cut my time for the night, man. But hey, look, I want to tell you guys what we'll let you guys know that you know we're putting out some great content for you guys. Just keep your eyes and keep your eyes on us and your ears to the ground for us, man. We're putting out some great content, man. So do me that favor, man. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Check out our YouTube page. Um, look at a video. Look at one of our shows or not. Look at maybe one or two of our shows. If you like what you see and you hear, and it resonates with you, why not hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification to be notified of an upcoming or future episode. Um, with me personally, I have a Facebook page out called Man Cave Conversations. Um, and you can literally find it on Facebook. Type it in Man Cave Conversations. Um, I put out a daily question, and I also put out some content there for us brothers. Us as men, we need to. I'm just gonna put it like this and be real with y'all. There's so many spaces for women, and this is not a knock on women or anything of that nature. There's so many spaces for women, but there are not enough spaces for men. And I created this space for us so that we can come together as a collective of men and just talk about things that concern us. It's not often that a, a collection of men get together and we talk about things that concern us or that are relevant to us. So check out Man Cave Conversations on Facebook, man. That's where it's at. That's where we're at, right? That's where we're at. I am gonna be doing an Instagram page on it really, really soon. Um, just check us out, man. And also just check out also make sure you tune into to our other host, Latay Harris Gooden, Coco Fenton, Quint Jones, Critical Conversations, Girl Chat Wednesday, Girl Chat Tuesday, the check-in on Wednesdays, My Life Has Destiny on Mondays and Fridays. We got some great content that's coming out for you guys. The Author's Alley, the Author's Alley, Oh, Mondays and Thursdays. I'm sorry. My Life as Essie. And then the Office Alley on Fridays. We got some great content for you guys. So just keep your ears up, keep your eyes on us, and keep your ears to the ground with us, man. But like I said, that's gonna do my time for tonight, man. I'm gonna take you guys home with a little bit of some music. Let's see where we go. Let's see how we gonna take y'all home tonight, man. Let's see. We're gonna take y'all home with we're gonna take y'all home with a little something that I did a while back. Big shout out to Young Hunter Jr. for the guy that produced the track. The name of the song is called Real Talk. I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it. And I'm actually planning on doing some bits of things with this song. One of those will be a video, but so keep your eyes out on that. As I always like to tell you guys, man, number one, take care of each other. Number two, love on each other. Number three, it's a crazy ass world out here that we live in. So by all means, and please just heed this one, man. Be safe out there, y'all. Be safe out there, man. I love y'all with the love of God. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Love you. Peace.
That's Hunter.
Yeah. Mr. Angry Man is back. I'm back. That's right. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Nah. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Yes. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. Y'all ain't know that I can rock like that. United we fall, divided we rise. That's all they ever see when they look in our eyes. I ain't the least bit surprised, and I don't even ask why. I study, looking for love, and all we get is despise. They prophet lying, what? Meaning they falsely prophesying, talking about we really living, but we steadily dying. Tired of mothers crying, damn, and fathers silently raging. There's gotta be a way to escape this situation now. Yup. Come on. Verse 2. Who search for brighter days to escape the maladies, giving homage to the folks that passed away. I speak life with the words I say, and that's the weapon I use to keep the evil at bay. I don't play when it comes to mine. My rhymes speak of a revolution this time. It's by design, and I'ma drop these deposits. So if you scared, take your ass to the closet. Why? Let me tell you this. Let's go. I got one more verse for you. Hit them off with that verse. Listen to me now. Verse 3. I drop gems, representing lugs and Timbs with backpacks. I got props like Black Moon, they want effect like Daz. I'm going mic like Nas. I'm the southern playalistic cat that beat them odds. I'm coming out hard. We coming out hard. Yes, sir. Y'all didn't know that I can rock like that. Ha. One time for your mind. Representing for the deuce. That's right. Put it down for the deuce tray. Let's go. Mr. Angry Man. Ha ha.